So Peter Thomas was arrested yet again. I don't know what it is about old ass men. You got enough fucking money to be drinking and buying businesses year after year, probably over there, paying for coochie in one manner or another. I'm not saying you paying for it, every day, but you might throw a couple of $100 her way every now and again, nigga. Old nigga, you're paying for pussy in some type of manner. So why can't you pay for a car? Why can't you pay for an Uber? Why can't you pay for Uber XL? Why can't you pay for a ride share of some sort? Why can't you pay for a driver? Why you can't pay a nephew to bring you somewhere? Why you can't pay one of them niggas that work down on one of them restaurants slash bars slash lounges or some shit to drop you off so you can stop getting DUIs? This is not the first one. According to Entertainment Tonight, he was arrested on several misdemeanors, including driving under the influence of alcohol, driving with an expired license, driving without a license, no proof of insurance, failure to maintain lane, and violation of a traffic control device. Now, what traffic control device did you violate, nigga? Like, what is really hood? How are you out here at this big age with this white of a goddamn beard, nigga? You are old at this point. Why are you driving around drunk? No tags, no license, no proof of it, just everything that you need to drive. This nigga was like, fuck that. I'm just gonna get in the car. It is not the 1960s. You need all of this shit to drive around with, sir. He bonded out the same day because if you go to jail, in Atlanta, was it in Atlanta? Because if you go to, they gonna let your ass right back out. Okay. Wherever he was in the southern states, they wasn't gonna keep him. So he got out. His bail was set at less than 3K. While out on bail, Peter is not to consume alcohol, smoke weed, or own any firearms. He will also have to take random drug tests. Nigga, just go back to Jamaica and open up something on the beach. Just go back to Jamaica and open up a little bar on the beach. And you know what the problem is? You want to be big time. You want to be the star of the show. You want to be on reality TV. You want to be a personality on the internet. When really a nigga need to go take his ass back to Jamaica, get him a hut on the beach some damn well. Okay? Get him a hut on the beach and sell lobster and good drinks to the people that walk up on him. Okay? Have a good life, Peter. Be by the water. Be by the beach. But why the fuck you gotta be in the States being reckless with your life at this age? Like, it just, girl. Peter be missing Cynthia money. Child. Abby, thank you for being a member for 12 months. And listen, child, that lady ain't have enough money for him to be missing her coins. She ain't have enough money to be giving him in the first goddamn place. That's why she needed her money back, which is why she had to sue him. It's a shame. It's a shame, girl. It's a shame when men at this age still are not handling their shit in a responsible manner as to not get caught up in menial things like this. Like, this is just embarrassing for no reason. This is embarrassing for no reason. They say his restaurant is officially shut down and he was evicted from the building. His ass is probably spiraling. Why you can't never do what you're supposed to do? And I think if he wasn't somebody that's always craving a limelight and fame and whatever it is that takes him away from the core of what he could be doing and being happy and doing that, just run one spot. Take pride in that one spot. Why you always got to be trying to be, a fucking mogul and you don't know what you're doing and you be fucking up all the time? Like, it's just, child, you going to see him trying again though. I mean, that's better than just, sticking your head in the sand, but I wish he would get his head out of his ass because that's what it seems as if, is going on. Nigga's head is in his ass. So, child, let's move on to more Bravo people. Candy and the gang. Okay. Don't you want to go to the place to be where strangers become family over fried chicken and mac and cheese? 3 old ladies recipes. Why don't you and your family come and hang with Candy and the gang? Yeah, bitch, I remember it. I remember it. Y'all remember when they said the show was going to come back? They said the show was going to come back. And we have not seen a word of it since. Oh, but last night it was put out there on the internets that former cast member or current cast member, child, we don't know, Shawndricka. And I'm gonna put up because I didn't make no graphics, child. Okay, y'all see Shawndricka in June in the middle? Y'all see him, huh? Okay. That's the couple. Okay. I would call them a beautiful couple, but after I read to y'all what was said, I don't think we will think it was beautiful. Okay. So let me go ahead and read it to you. Shout out to King June ATL. He got caught fucking a fat, ugly bitch raw on the couch at our office on the ring camera at 1841 Montreal Road. Damn, bitch, you had to give us the address. Like, was somebody supposed to go over there and beat him up because of this? Like, what the fuck, girl? Why are you giving him the address? I walked in and beat their ass. DeKalb County Jail owes me nothing. Fuck him for calling the cops on me. Fuck him if he's missing. Stop fucking calling and texting my phone. Fuck them movies. Fuck that engagement. All that shit can burn with him in hell. It's over. Now leave me alone. I was in jail for a gun being involved. Hold up, y'all. I was in jail for a gun being involved. But don't worry, y'all. King is still alive and well. I hope it all was worth it. Child, this is messy as fuck. I mean, this is tumultuous. This is just terrible. Girl, I wonder, did they tape it? Was it on the show? Any of it? Any of it? That girl said DeKalb County Jail owes her nothing. Can you imagine being so about whipping somebody's ass that the jailhouse don't owe you shit? They did what they was supposed to do. I'm glad you know. That's why I don't know why you saying fuck him for calling the cops on you. You showed up with a gun. He should have called the cops on you, bitch. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Like, you crazy as hell. And yeah, ain't no amount of fat shaming and calling a bitch ugly gonna change the fact that your man was fucking her in y'all office. And you saw it on the ring camera. It still happened. So degrading her looks isn't gonna change the fact that you still got cheated on. Girl, so much is wrong here. So much is wrong here. I'm just gonna go back to I was in jail for a gun being involved. Girl, did you show up with a gun so that you could pistol whip people, or was it with like a diamond situation? Hold this and make sure don't nobody else come in here. That's what she did, right? Who went with her? Who went with her? No, I had to add it, y'all. I had to add it. I've been meaning to add it. Like, it's been in my notes for a minute, but I said this year we gonna stop playing. Okay, listen, we fall down, but we get up and we come back better. Okay, and we're gonna keep on trying to get better, girl. We're gonna keep on entertaining people. Okay, until we can't entertain no more. All right. So I had to give y'all the sound effect that I've been meaning to put this shit on there. Okay, listen, but this shit is crazy. And Shawndricka is batshit, girl. Shawndricka, you need a therapist. You need some help. Okay, you should not be so willing to forfeit your freedom over a fuck nigga. Girl, that's so sad. That's so sad that you would put your life in harm's way. Y'all girls really don't care about racking up these charges and shit, huh? Y'all just know that Candy gonna always be there to give y'all a job, huh? Mm. Girl, I'm surprised you and June stayed together this long. Y'all been engaged so goddamn long. What y'all was waiting for Candy in the game for y'all to get married? Don't you want to go? Girl, it is messy as fuck down there at Candy and the Gang. I hope y'all was recording. I hope y'all was recording. Cause it's messy, girl. It definitely would have been something worth seeing on the TV screen. Remind me, y'all remember that old show back on WeTV with that man that had the beard and he owned the restaurants in New York, I think? And he had the one woman that he was with, and then he was fucking with people that worked there, and they was always fighting each other. Do y'all remember that show? What was the name of that show? Because I was watching an old episode of Married to Medicine, and he was being interviewed by Quad on Sister Circle, and I was like, I forgot about him and that show. And that shit was so gutter and so real and such a train wreck that it had to end because Hustle and Soul. Yes. Oh my God. He was a scary scammer. He was coloring his beard before everybody else. The pink teacup. Yes. The owner of the Pink Teacup Girl. Yes, Hustle and Soul. It was a good show. It was a fucking mess though. But he was coloring his beard before everybody else. He was ahead of his time, letting us know how we can spot a fuck nigga from a mile away. It's how dark his beard is. Okay. Um, let's go ahead and move on from there though. Let's move on from there. I have one last topic, y'all. And my one last topic um is what is going on with Amanda Seals. So y'all know I like Amanda. I do. Like I've gone to see Amanda's show. I support Amanda. I'm just like everybody else. We don't always agree. We don't have to. But essentially, Soul, it's still my girl. Okay. I have an affinity. That's still my girl. Plus, people that are able to constantly navigate the political space the way Amanda does, that's so hard for me personally because I get so bogged down energetically. So for her to be a person that has like the inner engine to constantly be taking in information and putting out content and trying to decipher these things for people and speak in layman's terms when it comes to elections and laws, like I love her for that. I love her for that because I don't have it. I don't have that. And she does. And so I appreciate people like her because if it were not for people like her, I don't think anybody would advocate for us. So I'm always like in a space of somewhat being protective of Amanda. But today, Amanda, I did wish you would have put a name on it. I did. Let's hear.
You always trying to fight somebody.
Hold up.
Everything rubs you the wrong way. You always trying to fight somebody. Everything rubs you the wrong way. I have like a nigga raised his motherfucking voice at me on this phone today. A rapper whose albums I own raised his voice on me on the phone today because I said I didn't like something someone else did.
Well, what does that sound like? The status quo, shit that happens every day beat. I mean, that's what everybody does. Every time you say something about one of these niggas' favorites, they got to come and reprimand you and check you about it as if they know more than you about whatever it was that you were talking about. And usually they don't. I've had many a male identified friend and family member come to try to check me about my opinion about a motherfucking celebrity. And I'm just like, so you think you know better than me? And this is my job. And I'm actually always reading content and doing stories about these people. Like reading full fucking articles about their rape cases, like you know what I'm saying? Seeing their weird behavior in online videos all the time. Like I had to tell one of my friends, girl, why talking about she like Kevin Gates? Please stop talking to me. You like his old lady, okay? But girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't come and check me about my opinion about none of these fucking people because you don't know. Y'all see what y'all choose to see. I see what is happening because I have to, because I do it for a living. It was my choice. I ain't mad about it. I'm just letting you motherfuckers know you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. So it's just so aggravating when somebody chooses to take a moment out of their day, not to call you and see how you doing, not to care about you, not to champion you, but to call you and try to check you about another motherfucker. It's insane.
What?
Girl.
And he felt compelled to do that. He really felt like that was fine. Like he felt acceptable. He felt that was an acceptable way to speak to me. Yes, he did.
Corny.
He really felt that was an acceptable way to speak to me.
And I feel like she's protecting him by not saying his name, but she's also protecting herself because y'all know the boys club that Amanda works in. You out somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Amanda is always still being very conscious of the fact that she still has to work around these people. She's not exactly on the outside looking in like YouTubers can be. So a lot of the times you're not going to get celebrities that are still trying to work, throwing out names like that because they still want to work. And how the industry works is it'll have like this person, this rapper who contacted her ain't got shit to do with him, but he's trying to call her and reprimand her about what she said about somebody else, which should let you know that if she says who he is publicly, then somebody else may not want to work with her or may make her life difficult in some manner because of what she said. That's why you don't tell names. For everybody in the comments, I hate when people do this. Child.
I wasn't even talking about him. And I think that it's really important to just really acknowledge, I don't know why y'all think yelling is not violent, but it is.
It is, especially from
like
men.
y'all really be out here yelling at us.
Because to me, like in my experience, yelling could result in you getting hit. And energetically, I hate the way people act like that's not like an assault on you energetically. That's why I don't like to yell in arguments with my husband, like not angrily, not like that. Because like energetically, no, that does not feel good. That upsets my central nervous system, bitch, to have somebody screaming and hollering at me. I don't care what nobody's talking about. I don't like it. You are not going to build up anger in your body and then direct it towards me over some shit that ain't got nothing to do with you. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Click. I would have hung up on a nigga. He wouldn't have been able to get a full paragraph out to me.
I see people in here saying the right answer. Y'all really be out here yelling at us.
Okay, so it seemed like
and one thing I'm not doing in 2024.
Who? Because I want to know. Only one I could see giving her this energy is Trick Daddy. I did think, but I'm like, Trick Daddy don't have this girl number, and she don't have no Trick Daddy albums.
Yelling at me again. I think it's so wild that somebody who reached out to me based on my merit and my intellectualism. I'm about to cry. I'm so bothered by this. I think it is so wild that person.
She might be yelling, but she's not yelling at us. She's speaking passionately. She's not yelling at us. The fuck, people, and I'm just reading something. She's literally yelling. She's upset about somebody that just called her and went off on her. Y'all act like y'all don't have common sense. Like y'all really act like y'all don't understand what it feels like to have somebody call you and just start screaming at you. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Would disrespect me in such a serious way. And I think it's also trippy how quickly so many men will discard a woman. Like, you not trying to protect our relationship. You just reached out to me to try and start a relationship, and you're not even trying to protect it.
No. Girl, let me tell you, lessons learned in my life is that men will always choose other men over you unless they're fucking you. Unless they're fucking you. If they're fucking you, there'll be allegiance to you at some level. If they fucking you, if you they woman, you know what I'm saying? There will be allegiance to you, especially if they were raised by women to have respect for women. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of niggas are not, they're not going to ever choose you over their friends or their homeboys or their contemporaries who they feel they need validation from. Just not going to happen, girl. I learned that a long time ago. Heartbreak of my life, girl. Was realizing that my best friend wasn't my best friend anymore because I don't have a dick. Girl. Feelings were hurt. Feelings were hurt. Okay, hold up.
2024 is just ushering in a release of realism. It's happening, whether you like it or not. So I suggest everybody get on board. You know? And when I say get on board, I mean really reevaluate. Look around at the people in your life. Look into yourself. And really ask yourself, what are your metrics of truth, of love, of friendship, of relationships, of business? Like, it's time to do a real reassessment, okay? Forget the exit interview. This is the entrance interview into a new era. And it's going to start with you. So get busy. We ain't walking into the new year. We done been dropped into the new year. Yes. Like we coming from a plane and they like, good luck.
It does feel that way. It does feel that way. I wish she would have kept that live on her page, but she didn't. So sad, y'all. Let's see. Remember when Pleasure P came out of nowhere to trash Kelly Rowland, and when she dropped Dirty Laundry because he said the song was about his manager? Like, no one asked you, and hush. Like, for real, like a bitch can't even write a song. Like, get away from me with this. I can express myself the however the fuck I want to. Oh, bitch ass nigga. Why don't you go suck that nigga dick and stop talking to me? Ugh. At this point, I don't think it's acting. Listen. Yes, that part. I tell the teens that I work with they need to assess their relationships all the time. Yes, they do. In a constant state of reassessment, baby. You always re-auditioning for this role. Okay. Amanda is a Cancer like me, so I feel her. That can disturb your whole spirit. Yeah. It's layers to an abuse, and verbal abuse turns to physical. And the sad part is they don't think yelling is abusive. It's so weird. It's so weird. That shit be like, oh, wait a minute. I don't like I'm telling y'all, a lot of times I won't even hang around my family as much if I know it's gonna be some bullshit now because I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the energy and I don't have the bandwidth. I just don't, girl. Pleasure needed to sit that one out because where is his career? Child, it's 5 in the morning. Girl, somewhere. Okay, somewhere God. Okay, hold up, y'all. I want to go to my saves right quick and just make sure that there's nothing else that I wanted to discuss with y'all before I get out of here. Cause girl, I'm about to go lay my ass down and just wonder what I'm going to eat that's not going to upset my stomach. Cause I'm still trying to heal, girl. We still trying to heal our insides because I got sick, girl. I don't know why. I don't know who gave me a stomach virus. Maybe it was Copeland's. I don't know. But that's it. That's all I wanted to talk to y'all about. Y'all saw Jonathan Majors got dropped from a movie. Honestly, y'all, I feel bad for Jonathan Majors that he's being dropped from more opportunities because he is a good actor. But see, the problem is that he shouldn't have never did this dumbass interview. Real shit, he shouldn't have never done the Good Morning America interview. And I say that because he was just going to act. And it was obvious from the beginning that he was just going to act. And anybody with any type of emotional intelligence or common sense should have been able to assess the bullshit. I talked about Zonique on my last live, on my public live. But he got dropped from 48 Hours in Vegas, this new Dennis Rodman movie. And I just feel if he would have not done the interview, just let some time pass, you know what I'm saying? People would have been more on his side if he would have just stayed quiet. But because he needed to come and affirm the narrative, about Coretta Scott King and women sacrificing and him being, modern day, slave running in the streets, about to get killed because of a white woman. Like he really was pressing on too many buttons and he was dog whistling way too fucking much to the black people to the point that to us at this point, it's got to just seem like some noise. It's got to just seem like some noise at this point. So yeah, I would say I feel bad for him because I hate to see people who are talented lose opportunities, but I also feel like it's his own fucking fault. Like it is his own fucking fault that this occurred, in my opinion, for a plethora of reasons. And I also feel like people need to question when black men have this mentality of being in relationships with white women until it's time for them to be saved. And then they go and find a black woman. We didn't even really know Jonathan Majors had a fucking daughter until Jonathan Majors wanted to invoke sympathy from the crowd. And now you have a black woman looking paler than ever with a tight ponytail trying to convince us that you love black women when this whole time in your career you've been dating white women. And I feel like he was dating white women because he's one of those black women aren't good enough, they're too ghetto, they don't understand me type of people. Oh, but when it's time to save your ass, then all of a sudden Coretta Scott King is a sacrificial lamb you can keep using in order to make yourself seem as if you are a fucking civil rights activist when you are merely a actor. You're an actor, homeboy. That's it. And I think that you have to think about the psyche. Yes, he has a mixed daughter. You have to think about the psyche of the man. And there's issues there. And everybody wanted to ignore The article that was done in Rolling Stone that listed several people that have had histories with him and his violence and his aggression, something known amongst the people that know him. And y'all like to think that that shit is cool and that men can have these aggressive attitudes towards everybody. Y'all think that shit is cool until it's ruining his opportunities. And now y'all want to blame a white girl because she was doing too much and she was trying to be a victim. And everybody keeps negating the fact that that lady never wanted to press charges in the first place and was protecting him most of their relationship. She was protecting him most of the relationship, but yet it was never good enough because she wasn't sacrificing her life for him the way he felt like she should, even though she was just a girlfriend and he was cheating on her. Like, I'm sorry, but the rhetoric of that's what they get because they were white girls. No, you need to change your thinking about that and recognize that there's internalized hatred that he has. So him going to get a black girl after the fact is not going to just dissipate that internalized racism that he had before. It's not going to make it dissipate. It's still going to be there, which means that emotionally and mentally, Megan Good is probably over there getting her ass whipped because that man don't really want to be with you. And if it wasn't for your status, he wouldn't be. Somebody had to convince him, I feel like, to get him a black girlfriend if he was really trying to be successful in Hollywood, probably prior to Grace Jabari. So, yeah, I knew he had a daughter, but I'm sure that was a slip up from his team. I didn't know he had a daughter. That doesn't mean he didn't put it out there. But I do feel like, it's funny how people hide their lives from the public and then all of a sudden their lives become, something we see on our pages every day. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me feel like you were hiding things purposefully or not even hiding it, but not talking about it, not bringing reference to it, not talking about being a father that much. Like it's probably because it's not the most important thing to you. And it also probably because you don't want to showcase having a mixed daughter. I think a lot of men do that. A lot of them who still want to be perceived as a black heartthrob, meaning that you want to be liked and well received by black people. So you don't want them to see that you've procreated with a white woman and you have biracial children, not black children. Because then that will make them think that you are ostracizing yourself from the community. And if you decide to ostracize yourself from black people, we will say, fuck you and no longer support your movies and shit like that. Like it took, be real, it's a few of them, but I want to say specifically Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes had to go sit his ass down for a good 15 years because he decided he wanted to tell everybody how he didn't like black women and he preferred Asian women. And right during that time, he started doing Blade, and that kind of made him blow up in another sector. But essentially, the respect that the black community had for Wesley Snipes dissipated after that. And he did not retain it until he did the jail movie. After he got out of jail for the taxes and all of that shit. Once he got out of jail for taxes, then you get your street cred back up. Now you starting to work with black people again. Now you're doing an excellent job in the Eddie Murphy movie and shit. You know what I'm saying? And now we're remembering why we used to like Wesley back in the day. But it takes time. It took time in order for him to be received again in the black community after he got his ass up there on a public stage. I can't even remember when and where he said it, but I always knew that he made comments. And I remember him it might have been like an interview because he was in Asian attire talking about how he only likes Asian women and he don't really like black women. This was after doing Jungle Fever, which already had the black girls feeling away about you cheating on, one of their faves. You cheating on sister from Sparkle, which is the most light skin we gonna let a black lady get. You cheating on Sparkle. I mean, you cheating on sister from Sparkle with a white woman, a nice looking white woman nonetheless, Italian white woman. I think she was Italian, right? I think she was Italian in that movie. But anyway, y'all, that's why he had to go grab Megan Good. Because he didn't want to end up like Wesley Snipes. But we've already seen he going to end up like Nate Parker because you wasn't solidified in your career enough. Wesley was solidified in his career. You aren't even really solidified in yours. And now you got, and please believe that Wesley Snipes was beating bitches' asses back in the day. I just don't know if he was beating any of those Asian women's asses. But I heard he was putting his hands on people in relationships. But guess who he's probably doing it to? Uh-huh. Because wasn't he was with Holly. And before they fully go over to the other side, they gotta mess with the very light of the light and the biracial. And then they skip on over. Then they skip on over. Okay, so how far into white adjacency they're going to go. He had that small role in Waiting to Exhale. It made me like him. Child of black, because the black man was really trying to help save him during that time. Does him and Michael B. Jordan still talk to one another? Funny how he tried to help him, then this happened. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. He kept saying for the culture. You acting isn't anything for the culture, but for yourself. Please let them know, because they're so confused. Okay. Nope. MBJ did another bromance interview with a white man. Oh, he's moved on. He's moved on. Wesley said that. I knew there was a reason he fell off, but didn't pay attention. It was a number of things. It was also that and his tax issues. He wasn't paying his taxes and he went to jail. But primarily, I remember, like, community wise, and y'all remember I grew up in a hair salon. So I grew up listening to everybody talk about these people and how they were responding to things going on Essence Magazine, Ebony Magazine, and the movies. I was very much listening. And growing up around a whole bunch of black women, yeah, everybody was like, fuck Wesley after the I only like Asian women shit came out. This still confusing. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all, I think it was Wesley who slapped Halle Berry. Everybody tries to make it seem like it was David Justice or whatever, but ultimately she could have been abused by more than one person in her life. First of all, that's probably more likely. And second of all, I've heard other stories that I think are about Wesley talking about him being abusive. There was somebody else who was in a relationship. She was never with Christopher Williams. There was another woman who came, another starlet or somebody that was dating Wesley back in the day, and he was abusive towards her. I'm trying to remember who that was, but she didn't want to say who it was, but it sounded like Wesley Snipes. I think it might have been a book I recently read, child. I can't even remember who it was. That's how you know I just be like information overload sometimes. But yeah, no, she wasn't with Christopher Williams. I think he wanted to be loved as much as Chadwick, but Chadwick was so authentic and honestly himself. So yeah, no, you can't be somebody else, especially if you don't know how to be yourself. If you pump faking and pretending to be somebody else because the version of you that you don't want everybody to see is a fucking monster, as he said himself, you got to work on that, sir. Shame on Wesley. He's a certifiable black belt and his hands are registered, from what I understand. But a lot of the abuse shit happened before the black belt thing, which I think happened when he did Blade. I believe Holly came out a few months ago and said it wasn't David Justice. Wasn't it an Atlanta Braves player? Chadwick was a sweet man by all accounts, and he actually did act for the culture by bringing our heroes to the screen. Jonathan just be acting. For real. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the members only live. Okay. I love you guys so much. I think you all are amazing. I appreciate y'all. Child, I know I'm about to go. Y'all gotta catch the playback. But I'll probably see y'all tomorrow for Salt Lake City and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, because I've made notes. So I do want to discuss it with y'all. Okay. So I'm about to go lay down. Okay, y'all have a good rest of y'all day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.